Hey up everybody, Magpie Gaming here, bringing you another Battlefield 1 video, and again I'm sorry for the Battlefield 1 spam, but there is just a lot of news of this game going around at the moment. And this is in the name of the TSAR. As I've said in my previous video that I did a few days ago, this is going to be released in September, but I've now got more details of this expansion. It's going to feature 6 new maps, and it is going to feature 11 new weapons and 1 new game mode. Now the official listing on the Battlefield website says fight on 6 all new maps, although they only list 4 of the maps. They're listing Lukov Pass, Albion, Galicia and Brusilov Keep. Now what the other 2 maps are, I'm not too sure right now. They don't list them, they give no names for them, so they will probably be revealed at a later stage. So this expansion sees the Russian army joining the fray, and it also includes the Women's Battalion of Death, which is represented in the Scout class. Now, Women's Battalion of Death just sounds ace. I mean, what a class to be called. There is a history behind them, I'm not going to go too much into that right now, but they were represented in the war. You know, these aren't made up, they were real women that fought on the front with the Russian army. They weren't always just in the background supporting, they were right at the front. So yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing what this brings to the game. So looking at the maps, Lukov Pass is, most of these maps are snow covered, if not all of them are snow covered anyway, but this is a treacherous pass where you are doing a lot of vertical fighting, so it's going to be quite a tactical map. I think the concept art looks good, doesn't give too much away, but you've obviously got a lot of hill climbing to do. There's fallen trees that you can go across, little rivers running through the middle of it. Kind of reminds me of some of the maps out of Battlefront, really, but just covered in snow. There you go. Then you've got Albion, which was the invasion of the Baltic Peninsula, fighting the army, the German infantry. You've got dreadnoughts, aircraft, you've got coastal gun positions, heavy gun batteries. You know, that's going to be all out war. I'm quite looking forward to that map actually. It does look and sound really, really epic. Then you've got Galicia, where you were fighting to push back the Austro-Hungarian forces in the Russian countryside. So this map looks like it might be quite flat. There's going to be buildings to duck and dive into, got a lot of infantry and cavalry and light vehicles involved, plus you've got some Russian bombers in there as well, so that's looking like it'll be quite an epic map too. And then you've got Brusilov Keep, where the Russians have pushed the Germans back into a small town. Germans have decided to make a stand for it, so there's going to be a lot of close quarters urban based combat with that one, which is right up my street. I do love the urban based combat in these games, not enough of it in my eyes, but that's just my opinion. So yeah, these maps, what they've revealed, are looking really good. They sound really good. They sound like they're going to be very, very intensive fights within them. And then we've got the new weapons and vehicles. Of course, 11 new Russian themed weapons. You know, there's a lot of new weapons coming into it. They list a couple. There's the Mosin Nagant M91. You've got the Russian standard 1912 grenade. There's a new plane in, there's the new Ilya Moretz heavy bomber that's going to be coming into the game. There's some heavily armoured cars, light aircraft, you name it, it's coming into it. I'll do a more detailed video later on, but I just wanted to give you a quick heads up into the details of this. Then there's the new game mode, which is going to be called Supply Drop, and this is going to be a fast-paced fight for supplies. Basically, an airdrop will land and both teams have to scramble to try and get to this airdrop. This airdrop will supply you with guns and the ammunition which is needed to take on your opponents. So that kind of sounds a little bit like Battlegrounds, where you fight for the airdrops for the better weapons, but that will be really interesting to play in this game. I think that'll be an amazing game mode. And they're also going to be adding operations to the Brusilov offensive, so that's another plus in my eyes. So yeah, this is looking really good. It's looking like they've put a lot of work into this. The maps are looking good. The new weapons, you know, there's going to be more weapons than you can shake a stick at. But, and the big but here for me is this enough to bring players back? It's been quite well documented over the last months or so that Battlefield 1 is leaking players. Now, a game like this will leak players naturally anyway. People have played it, they're not really interested in going any further, they don't want to purchase the DLC, and they move on to new games. You know, that's natural. But there are a lot of people that are simply walking away from it because they're sick of waiting for the DLC to launch. They feel that it's taking too long to come out. When this Russian one comes out, it'll be 6 months between the 2 lots of DLC, which for some people is a long time, and I can understand that. For me, I do think it's too long. I would have liked to have seen this release more towards the back end of July, maybe be the beginning of August. It would definitely have fitted in with the summer holidays. You know, you'd have got a lot more children involved, a lot more younger people involved in playing this. To bring it out in September, the holidays are over and people don't have as much time to play a game. So I think they've maybe missed a little bit of a trick there. But I do agree it is too long. In my eyes, in my opinion, it's too long, but it's how they're doing it. The one thing that interests me is that the next 2 lots of DLC that are planned for the game after this one are most likely going to launch in next year. Now, by then we will have Battlefront 2 out, and Battlefront 2, as has been documented over the last few days, is going to make all of its DLC free. Now, there will be catches to that somewhere along the way. I don't know what those catches are because I haven't done much research into that, but obviously they will be looking to basically prop up their profits in another way. So it's probably going to be that the best weapons are maybe have to be purchased and skins and things like that, but the DLC, the maps, the modes are all going to be free. So I kind of wonder, is Battlefield 1 going to do the same? Will they get to the end of the year and maybe drop the premium from the game altogether and make the next 2 lots of DLC free? Now, that would pee a lot of people off. Wouldn't bother me. I did pay the premium. I did buy the full package. You know, it was just short of £100. So I wouldn't be too upset if they decided to make the last 2 lots of premium DLC free. But a lot of people that bought it would be pissed off. They've paid for that and then other people might get it for free. But maybe they could do some sort of sweetener, maybe give something away free to those that got the premium. I don't know. But it's definitely changing. The landscape of the premium package is changing, and it's all going to be pushed forward with Battlefront. And I think it's going to be a case of seeing how that works as to whether that's something that continues into the future. They've obviously learned that not a lot of people want to buy into the premium these days. It's not a huge seller for them. So kind of makes me wonder if things within Battlefield 1 will change, but we'll just have to wait and see on that score. But yeah, this DLC is looking amazing. I haven't stopped playing the game. I've carried on playing it, you know. I had a dip after Christmas where I didn't touch it until the DLC They Shall Not Pass came out, and then I started playing again. I'm probably not going to stop between these 2 lots of DLC. You know, I'm enjoying the maps, I'm enjoying the modes that are there now, but I can understand where people come from when they say that it's taking too long to release. So yeah, that's pretty much all the information that I've got and all the waffle I've got for you today on Battlefield 1. As always, thank you very much for watching and listening to me. I know that sometimes I maybe struggle to listen to. Maybe it's that Yorkshire accent, I'm not sure. But yeah, I love each and every one of you. Thank you very much for watching. And don't forget to like, share and subscribe. And I will catch you in the next one. Take care.